What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Chuck Finley here. Chuck Finley here. Let's play Shadow the Hedgehog Part 5. We are now beginning the final haunt stage. This is where we are on the Black Comet, the Black Arms base, and all right. So if you notice there, Sonic using the homing attack that he can use. Your guns can actually shoot faster than the enemies that you can use them. So you can see that your your rings are going faster than the enemies that actually use them. Here, this is, I believe, the slow-firing pistol, like the small machine gun. I believe this is what this classification of rifle is. Let me see. What I'm gonna do, probably, since I haven't talked about every single, since I'm not going to show off every single mission for the with the individual teams. I'm going to do instead, or what I'm going to do instead is go through this a little bit faster. I don't know why I'm going so slow. Alright, really quickly before I go on with that, I'll show off the what this does. Probably should have waited. Now you're gonna need to use this for a little while, so that you can pull out that wall back here. But past that, well, I guess we'll go ahead and use it. This is one of those specialty guns that I was talking about. No other faction gets this, only the Black Arms. And I believe with gun, okay, now these guys are this is another specialty rifle that the Black Arms gets. It's a bounce rifle. Their shots, instead of just going straight, will bounce off of different objects. And they are a pain in the ass to deal with. So what you want to do is either homing attack them, or just get away from them as fast as possible. But since I have no use for this weapon, I'll go ahead and take theirs. So it would seem that the Black Arms actually have two specialty rifles that the other factions don't get. I only thought that they had one, but obviously they have more. The gun's special rifle is a gigantic cannon-like thing that the gun robots can use, the walking mechs, and it works very well. Okay, so if you notice that is one of the shields that we have to destroy, or to activate the Comet's defenses if we were doing the Dark Side story. Now, to get on with what I was talking about, I'm not going to do every mission for every level. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to show off the individual. This guy got a shield? Nope, he's just paint. Okay, yeah, he does have a style of shield. I'm going to show off the missions for each team, but I'm not going to complete them, if that makes any sense. Instead, what I'm going to do, let's see, come on, alright, gotta be a little bit more precise with this one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show it off. I'm going to pause, in the pause screen, I'm going to show you which character you have to use, or which character you get for which side, and then I'm going to say, as best as I can remember and tell, I'm going to say, okay, well, this is what you have to do to complete this mission to go on with this story. But with the final story, however, I'm going to, I guess we'll go ahead and use this one for a little while. I'm not sure how long we're going to need it. But with the final level for each side, what I'm going, or for each story arc, I'm going to show both the hero side and dark side endings, which is very easy to do. You can actually go, once you've completed a level, you can go to a special stage, or a stage selector, I'm sorry, not a special stage, and you can say, and then you can choose whichever levels you want to go along and do. Let's see, yeah, we got to go down here with hero side, and that's what and then I'll just come back to this, to the ending levels for each story, and then I'll show off whichever side I didn't do. So like this one, I'll have to do, I'm going to show off, oh crap, okay. It's like these guys don't want to fall. May not want to waste so much time here, but Sonic definitely is a better character for doing this kind of stuff. Now you want to be careful using the chaos control, as I've said. If you're doing it over a hole, no. Precisely my thoughts, buddy. You have to be careful while using the chaos control. I'm pretty sure they won't take it away from you if you are over a hole. Like if you're over a bottomless pit-like area, they'll just go ahead and they will just wait until you are over land, then take it away from you, instead of screw you over. Alright, so you can jump back and forth between these blocks if you need to, like for this section. What the? Okay. Now, something new for this game, the clock continues to run. Instead of just stopping at whichever checkpoint you are on, it will continue to run. So, like, say if it took me 5 minutes and 30 seconds to get to this section, to that, checkpoint back there, well, that would do you you'd have to still, they're not going to let me use the balloon to get across. I was hoping they would. Oh well. You can use the run dash, and you want to. Try to use it anyway. Okay, they may actually save your. I could have swore they didn't save your time, because it looked like I didn't get here at 5:40, but instead of 5:20, I thought that took me long. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. As I've said before, I try not to give out bad or wrong information, but sometimes it'll still slip through the cracks, because I do try to show. I try to talk about a lot of things like that, but then I'll just go off of things I see visually, and if I catch something like that, I tend to assume that that's what happens, and I am working on it. I apologize if anybody doesn't like that, and I know I shouldn't do it, because I'm trying to run my channel off of knowledge and giving true knowledge rather than false knowledge. So I try to be careful with doing that. Okay. The genre of this game is actually a first for the Sonic series, which is the third-person shooter genre. This is the only Sonic game in the series that is a third-person shooter, but I would say it's more a third-person shooter action-adventure game, or platformer, because a lot of third-person shooters don't have the amount of platforming that a Sonic game has, and you have to, especially, so it's more than a third-person shooter. A lot of reviewers just call it a, Alright, now I'm just making mistakes at this point. A lot of reviewers will go off of the, we'll just say it's a third-person shooter rather than a third-person shooter action-adventure platformer. And, you know, third-person shooter is just a more simpler term to say rather than, oh, well, this is a third-person shooter action-adventure platformer. But, you know, you can't miss those kinds of details, especially if you're a reviewer. Alright. You can actually run on a wall for 3 seconds, so you can use that to your advantage, especially in a section like that. So, that's what the shields do. They try to, or they will close off the hero side paths, because if you are going dark, you have no reason to go along these paths, because the paths that the shields close, they'll open up for you. Okay, let's see. The mines actually do make a noise when you're near them, if you have heard that kind of almost a high-pitched wailing noise. Well, that's just the mines, and that is pretty cool. Okay. And you don't have to hold it down, which is good. You can just keep moving along. Let's see, is this... Yeah, you can just look for the different colored walls, like as Sonic pointed out. Let's see. Possibly. Okay. There we go. That was useful. It seemed that the walls actually go in after a while. Aha! There we go. And you do have to be quick, because the lasers or the walls will move again, and you'll be stuck. And you'll just have to continuously do it again over and over. Well, I ain't gonna get the A rank because I died, but over and over and over. Now, lives are a little bit more important in this game, as you can tell. I did have, I believe, 10 lives to start off. Instead, you know, so live, well, I messed up and forgot what I was saying. You know, I had close to 12 lives, and now I'm down to 6. So you do want to be careful. You know, you don't want to just assume that you won't need the lives. The only way to get lives, however, is by collecting over 100 rings and then going through checkpoints. But that is pretty easy to do. You know, see, I've already, since you only lose 10 rings per hit, as long as you don't get continuously hit over and over, you shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with those kinds of things. And you know, you can save your rings a little bit easier than just normally, than just the normal way that you would. Let's see, where are we going? Aha, platforms, always useful. And friend characters or ally characters. Whoa, whoa, whoa! No, 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 no. All right, so that was a ship that will shoot at us. Obviously, but I mean, it will like use one of those lasers that they were attacking Westopolis in. That one was actually my fault. I thought that was the exit. All right, so you have seen me miss with these not robots, but these homing attacks. Now, if you were in the air and you had to repeatedly attack something, that might give you a cheap death. That was one of the biggest things that the reviewers were complaining about, was the cheap deaths with the homing attack. But I believe, as I said in either part 3 or 4, I went through the game only using the homing attack, and it was really easy. You know, I never had a cheat death, but that's different experiences for different people. And I'll talk more about that when I do the my next project after this one, which is Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Obviously, a lot of people should know that game, and it's very infamous for a lot of bad glitches and everything. But we won't talk too much about that game right now. We're going to focus on this one. If you can hear the music in the background, okay. People actually applauded this. That was one of the biggest bright spots of this game that a lot of reviewers had, was the music in this game, and it is actually recognized as the best soundtrack in any Sonic game at that point. And I would say not the best, but a lot of the levels, especially like this one and a few of the other ones that are further other last levels in the story lines, are definitely pretty good. Now you can hang onto the walls, or you can grapple onto the walls and pull yourself up, which is a first in the Sonic series. And you don't have to worry about aiming in whichever direction you want to go. Just use the Chaos control, and you can go, and it will point you in the right direction automatically. So you don't have to worry about using that as a... You don't have to worry about being lost, or like just running into a wall and staying there while you run your... oh crap! No. Forgot about it again. I looked away from the screen for a moment and just about messed up. All right, so you can see the ship up there. I don't believe you can actually kill it, so it's best not to waste the ammo with it. Okay, there we go. You just have to outrun it. Now, sometimes the what you'll gain out of the with the keys is just different paths, or like shortcuts, instead of a weapon or a vehicle. And actually, those shortcuts are really good. They're really useful. Alright, shouldn't waste time trying to go after the guns, but, you know, I can't help it. So you can see it actually will cut out a large portions of the level, like with that grinding section. That was all we had to grind on the slime back there, and it will actually cut those kinds of sections out, probably to try to increase the time, or to try to get to to probably make sure that you get across in whatever before you run out. But you don't have to worry about running out. As I've said, you don't if you are over whole, you won't come out of a chaos control and then, get screwed over and die. But you do have to be careful, because it will fill up your oh dear. Oh no. Okay. I believe that's the only one that we have to hit. I was almost afraid, because if you notice that section that I just barely went through that door,
so we meet at last,
yeah, you had to go along those different sections, and damn, another D. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. You have to go along in that one platform that had the other walkways to the other to the smaller platforms. In that room, you had to go around and kill a whole bunch of enemies to open that door, or to I believe to get over there, which would have increased the...
I'm very impressed we made it this far. Black Doom, your rule ends here, and it ends now. So you're behind all this. Like it or not, the game's over.
let's see. Okay, so you don't have to worry in these boss battles. I've forgotten to mention that before, but you don't have to worry about hero or dark scores because that doesn't matter. It's just based along around time rather than that. So it is actually useful for you to yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. You see, he will get low enough that you can actually do it from the ground, but you usually have to be on one of these platforms. But you want to be careful for his attacks. He will use a disc-shaped attack, which is called his Swift Strike. Then he will use those meteors that will send about 10 to 12 meteors at you. You just run away from those. And then he'll have... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, well, maybe it's only 6, my bad. It seems like a lot. It seems like a lot. But, okay. There is sometimes ammo around here, depending on which story line you go along. Then he'll have these fireballs that he'll attack you with, and you want to be you definitely want to watch out for those. Let's see, there should be ammo around here somewhere. Aha, here we go. Nope. All right. And you want to be careful because he will start to, as you continue to damage him, he will increase, or he will. I think he's invincible when you do that. Oh crap! I want to make sure you get that gun. You don't want to waste anything. I think you have to wait for him to stop. Crap. I'm pretty sure yeah, okay, he's invincible while he's attacking, and then, but once he stops attacking, that's when you can, that's your chance to actually hurt him. You can kind of see he's glowing, kind of with a yellowish glow around him. Alright, so this is a great time. You don't want to use the Chaos Blast, obviously. Well, I think this will actually stop time. Yeah. Well, if he was actually in an area where we could have hurt him, you could have just spammed this. But since he's not, it's kind of a waste. Oh, crap. We only have 2 shots with this, so you want to be careful. And go ahead and use them up. Let's see, a new gun. Oh, okay, this is actually a good... This is actually a stronger rifle than some of the other rifles that we can use. As you can see, it definitely fills up the hero gauge a lot faster. Now, he will have duplicates of himself attacking now. And then you'll have to just dodge those attacks until you can find the real Black Doom. Now, if you use just a homing attack, this is definitely a lot harder, but if you use the rifles or guns that are given to you, it makes it a lot easier. Now, if you notice, going full hero, Sonic will be the main series character that will help you and will help you at the end. He'll actually help you he'll actually be in the final boss fight 3 different times. But that's pretty cool, you know, going full hero, he still can't let anyone else take all the glory. He's still got to help out. But he is actually really useful, you know, homing attack, using the homing attack on Black Doom. Okay, so at the end of every story arc, he will have, he will Oh, okay, wow. The producer is actually Yuji Naka. Okay, I thought. Okay, the director is Takashi Izuki, which is the uh, lead game. He's made the Sonic games up to this point. I think he was actually in the video that I showed on Sonic Adventure 2. So my bad, but yeah, Takashi Izuki or whatever his name was. But anyway, yeah. So at the end of every storyline, he will kind of realize who he is. You know, the story from starting at Westopolis, going through whichever path you decide to take, is Shadow realizing who he is, remembering more in his memory, just different things, and then going to the end of that storyline and then realizing who he is. There are 10 different realizations that Shadow can have. But the final story, after beating every storyline and getting every realization, that is when he actually remembers who he is, why he was created, why Gerald Robotnik created him. But I won't spoil any of that right now. The theme song in the background is called "All Hail Shadow" by a band called Magnify. In later Sonic games, this is the theme for Shadow. Crush 40 does their version of this song for the next Sonic game, which I will do a Let's Play of. And so that is Shadow's theme in that game. And I don't really know, you know, this is okay. I don't hate this version. But I kind of like the Crush 40 version a little bit better. But anyway, yeah, so we've only seen Robotnik once, but in other storylines he will play a much larger role, since we have to see where why his jungle base was there. He actually has a large a large operation on the planet now. He has a main base, but then he also has that jungle area, and just kind of like outside his base, so an outside defensive area, I guess you could say. But anyway, yeah, you know, that's the full hero side story. There is something I want to show off at the end of this. The cutscenes won't be as quick as Sonic Heroes, so I may just let's see. There really ain't that much else to talk about. I mean, it seemed like I had a lot more at the end of each team with Sonic Heroes. These cutscenes, I should have mentioned this before, but they will spoil, or the cutscenes at the side of the screen there do spoil bits of the story later on. So if you may not want to watch them if you haven't seen the game before and you're even seeing this game for the first time with this Let's Play, and you don't want to spoil any of the story, don't watch the cutscenes from here on or later on. You kind of gotta guess with each, depending on which storyline you take. You know, bad things are gonna happen with if you go full dark, or good things are gonna happen if you go full hero, or you know, in the middle, or semi-hero or dark. All right, so really quickly, the library, which is just a bunch of cutscenes. There are 362 endings, air quote endings, that you can do, and those are just the storyline. So you can see, if you go full dark, you can the names are Punishment, Thy Name is Ruin, Prologue to World Conquest, and now this is when you start to get a little bit more weird. You can see you have to go along different paths. I'll try to I didn't do anything too weird, but just to try to show. Okay, so there you go. You see, you start out dark, swing hero, then immediately go back dark. You know, you can see different patterns that you have to go. But the full hero side is called, let's see, oh, okay. You can actually switch this with, there we go, okay. Nope. Missive from 50 years ago, that is Shadow saying, you know, I was put here to protect Maria's promise or whatever. And then if you go full hero with the dark side ending, Pretense in the Mirror, but I won't spoil that right now. Again, thank you for watching. The challenge video is, I don't think I've had one of those yet. How many shots did it take to kill Black Doom? I thank you for watching. I'll go semi-hero next time. Until then, thank you everyone.